Hello, I'm finishing this tray up with the owl. I wanted to show you what this mica powder was doing. This isn't mica powder. This is actually less resin dye, and I wanted to show you what it does to the resin. It actually just pigments like a swimming pool. You can't put too much of this in there. It will stop the resin from curing. If you put too much, it'll be sticky, but it actually makes it's got a glistening, I don't know if you can see it. I'm gonna try to get it underneath the light. It's got a glistening sparkle to it. But anyway, that's going in this tray. And I've got a surprise coming to you. You didn't see in the first part of this video me cutting this out, but I've got a surprise. Hang tight. I'm going to put this down just in case I make a mistake. You know, they call me Missy Connie for a reason. This is moss green, and it came from Small Tongue. And I put 2 scoops in this little cup. I did mix 120. I'm just doing the very bottom layer of the tray. I'm gonna put some rice paper in here, and I'm gonna slide it in and let it sink to the bottom. That's gonna be the bottom part of the tray. See how that is? I don't want it to be, I want it to be translucent. I don't want it to be opaque. There you go. The word left my mind. But it's like a pearl. It's a pearl of a color, I guess you'd say. See how it just glistens. Not glistens, it's like a marble. I love this little spoon. I wish I don't know where I can buy one. But anyway, I'm going to pour this. I'm going to pour this in first because I want the center. Let's see, should I pour that in first? I want the center to be translucent. And this is level, because I checked it. Hopefully there's no bubbles. This whole tray is 400 millimeters, excuse me. I did measure it when I first received the mold. The big mold takes 800. Let me see. Yeah, it's 800, and the small one is 400. So I'm gonna reserve the top layer for some more mold, for some more resin. Excuse me. I'm just gonna let that go out a little bit. Let's see some. I want it to go even. I want that to be in the dead center. Hang tight. Remember, I have a surprise. Alright, let's get this in there. I think I'm going to put that other piece in there real quick. Let me see, I need a tweezer. No, I'll do it. That's my timer. You know me and my timer. That means my resin's fixing to turn south on me. It's fixing to start the curing process. You can see how it's, I see something floating in here already. There you go. See with Q-tips and I wiped that tray out 3 times. That's what a puppy will do for you. Well, not a puppy. She's 7 years old. But anyway, I'm going to show you what's going in the bottom. This is going to be the top of the mold. And this is what's going inside. All right, this is the trick. When you do rice paper, you want to go this way. You want to put it in there that way. So see how I'm going to put it in this way. Well, now I'm going to get this bubble out. I see a bubble right there. There you go. Put all in bubbles. I don't see many, but I'm going to go over this. Make sure there's no bubbles getting trapped in there. I don't want to put no bubbles. I don't want to put no bubbles underneath there. And I'm going to put this right in there, this way. You can do it with a silicone brush. You can do it with the back end of a paintbrush like I'm doing here. My silicone brush is about 2 feet from me, and I wanted to get this in there quick because this stuff is turning. It's starting to cure on me. You roll it. Just roll your brush. You want to get all these corners down. And you want to get it dead center. I didn't want the back of this to be dead, just empty. I always like to finish my back of my pieces. I've always done that. I don't know why. I've just always done it. I see bubbles. See how I'm picking it up with the paintbrush? And you got to make sure you wipe this off your paintbrush because it'll ruin your paintbrush. See how I'm rolling it? You got to move quick. You can't dawdle with this stuff. Make sure it's in the center. You don't want it to cure on you. I only have one of these. I don't want to have another one. I don't want to have to order another one. I don't even know if she's got any more. This came from TDS DIY Struggle. This was on the other side of that owl that I was cutting out the other day. Alright, it's coming out. Now I'm pushing out all the resin out from underneath this so it's level. See how it's coming out? Now, there we go. Now I'm going to push it back up. Now make sure it's in the center again. Make sure all the edges are down. I got a tissue right here. I'm going to wipe it right off. I don't want it to be carry on this brush. This is one of my good fan brushes. And you know how expensive brushes are. This was probably a $12 paintbrush back in the day. See, a nice fluffy one. Alright, let's get this on there. Oops, I didn't put that on. This resin's getting warm. Let's just put this way. That way it'll spread out. I want it to be in a glob. May have to put some clear around the edges to get this spread out. It's sticky, it smears, it blends, this stuff, I just love this stuff. I've always liked to play in mud. And that green is just gorgeous. And I picked it up from around the owl. And that owl he's just kind of nestled in the woods. And this right here is going to frame him. All right, let's push this out. Okay. Blend this out a little bit, all the way to the edge. And I will almost blend this a little bit better. To get the heat gun out, blend this a little better. I don't like to use the heat gun. Sometimes it makes it cure too fast, but I need it to blend. Oh, I like the way these are curling. Maybe I won't. I like the way that's curling. Maybe I'll curl that there too. That'll work. There we go. That'll work. That's going to be pretty. The back's going to be just as pretty as the front. I think I'm going to tip it a little bit. See how you don't have to tip the mold. You want to tip the tray. That's why I like using these level trays. You don't have to mess with the molds. You can just tip the whole mold. Tip the whole tray. I can't lift this table. It's just too heavy. It's a great big dinner table I used to sew on. I used to make quilts on this table. Oh, this is getting thick. But I didn't mix too much resin this time. just enough to get this top layer, the bottom layer I should say. Let's see, I'm going to move that a little bit. It's not quite. There we go. Now it's centered in. See, it's still pliable, still movable. There we go. Wipe your tools off. Yeah, my sinuses are still messing with me. I must have some kind of a sinus infection. It's already February the 12th, and I've still got sinuses from December. Alright, I'm going to take this off, because that's going to leave a sharp edge in there. I did mark I was having a hard time with the piece, I don't know if you can see it, no you can't see the owl, but I marked the mold right there, and right there, and right there, because I was trying to find out where he sits in there, and I could not find it. So I marked it, and I'll be able to find where he sits in there now. So I won't have to hunt and peck. All right, tissue. There we go. I will be back. Okay, we're back mixing. I'm going to mix this with you now. I'm poured A, and now I'm pouring B. When it's slow. I went ahead and coated a popsicle stick to show you what that's about. I don't think I told you about it, but never showed what it was one about. I use a bamboo stick. They don't cause bubbles, and I told you if you don't have a bamboo stick, you can coat a popsicle stick with resin and let that cure, and it will help keep it where it doesn't make bubbles. And that's what I did here. It's still a little tacky, so I'm not going to use it, but that's what I did here. I just kind of dipped it and I brushed it on with my stick and put it over a cup. I'm going to put it back over here though, because it's still wet. I'm not going to get all sticky. I'm enough sticky. I'm going to wipe that off my rug. But once that cures, that stick will be good to go, and I can use it in resin. If you scrape the bottom of a bowl, bottom of a cup, it causes, when you scrape it against the bowl, you leave a bunch of bubbles in it. And it's like, yeah, why did I do that? All right, where is my timer? Where did you go? Huh. There it is. Okay. I got my timer. Go. All right, we have 6 minutes and 36 minutes. All right, we have work time. They're both going. Everything going. All right, and we're on a roll. We're rocking. All right, I got a new cup. I'll bring this over there so you can see it. Got this dollar store, Dollar Tree. It's got measurements on the side, and it is silicone. So as long as you wipe it right out, it will come out. I don't know if it'll peel out after it's cured. It's not like one of them kinds you get from less resin. I wouldn't trust it there. It may not pop right back out. See how it's all thready? You watch, it'll be all clear when we're done. It comes with the top. That way, here's the top. That way when you're done and you've cleaned it up, you just put the top back on and it'll be ready for the next craft, the next project, excuse me. We're going to do a little bit of brown and green on the top this time. Did you notice the tray, how it's almost cured. It's still a little tacky, but that's good though. You want a little bit of tackiness to it, that way it'll grab onto the next layer. You don't want it totally cured. I went to bed for about 3 hours. No, I went to bed for 4 hours. I watched some TV and lay there. I want to get this project up and posted tonight. I wanted to get it going. It won't be finished, but it'll be posting. I don't know if I'll let it go tonight, but it's got to go on to YouTube before I can post it. So I may put a time lapse on it. That way I'll do any editing I need to do to it. See, it's starting to clear. Can you see it? No bubbles. A little bit of thread in it, no bubbles. This is ZD Spoxy clear epoxy resin. It's the one with the dolphin on the front of it. I'm starting to go towards that resin. It's getting to where it's so clear and it stays creamy. It's just I really like it. Less resin's good for jewelry and things like that, small projects, but not for trays. I believe I'm going to do a wall mount with this one. I'm going to put a wall hook on the back and mount this on the wall. Did I just see something in there? I spied my little eye. Let's see. I don't see it. So we've got 240 milliliter. I don't usually like mixing that much. Hopefully it'll be alright. I'm gonna let that sit down for a minute. I'm gonna go pull out some mica powder. I've already got my ink. I need some. Here's some mica powder. I'll just use this. change taking. It's so easy to pull out of. Let's see what I wanted to do. Just keep on talking. Talk amongst yourselves. Keep on going. How's y'all's week going? How's winter hitting you? What's going on with your crafts lately? What kind of crafts you doing? Y'all gonna do this with me? I want to see y'all's crafts when you do them. I've had a week to do the paper cutting. Let's see, blue. I do blue on top of green. Maybe I'll just put that up. Let's see, that's gonna go right that way. And that needs something on top. I guess I'll just stick to what I had. We get too much going on. Some of that, and one of these. Alright. Let's move this chair out of the way. We got such a small house, but I like it that way. It keeps me from buying too much. Yeah, right, Connie. That's what you do. You buy too much. Oh, thank you for whoever sent that shaker table for me. I got a shaker table in the mail. Somebody must have saw it on my wish list and sent it to me. I think I'm going to put it in here. Showed up on my front porch yesterday. I was going to do it with this project, but I didn't want to mess up all this resin. I had too much stuff would be having too much stuff moving around in it. I know you're thinking, oh, come on, Connie. You gotta live a little. I think we have a little bit left in that to do a little bit more. All right. Let's see. I'm going to tint this a little bit, and I'm going to pour it in. You have to shake and alcohol inks. They settle, and they need to be reconstituted. And when you poke a needle in it, you gotta poke a needle in there, and when you bring it out, put a rag around it, just in case it has trapped air in it. And it wipes off the needle at the same time. No problem, but it cleaned it up. I don't want to torch that, so I'm going to torch it right now. There's some bubbles in there. I'll go ahead and torch this one too. You don't want to torch it after you put alcohol in there. You don't want a fire, and alcohol will catch fire. I wanted you to see what alcohol does inside there without stirring it. It just sits on top. Kind of dances. I don't know if you can see it still or not. When I drop, just made it separate. I think I'm going to put another drop of this other. It was more of a blue. I'll make it a turquoise. There we go. Always wipe your top off. That way your top, you don't get full of alcohol inks. It won't mess up your tops. And there's a drop of resin on my mat. It took me 30 minutes to clean that mat. I didn't clean it last time. And I regretted it. I'll have to show you my table. It's semi-clean. It's, well, I broke into this crap. No, it's not so clean, but right, there's the two colors. Not quite as opaque as I planned, but that's okay. It's got a marbley look to it. I need to keep stirring because I don't want that marble look in there. I'll go ahead and put a layer in the middle. That's just going to be in between the paper and the clock. There's nothing in it. Right. There's a little more. Now I'm going to put some mica powder in this one. All that spreads out. You don't ever want to put your mica spoons in your resin. You'll never get it clean. See how it sticks on it already? You don't want to put resin in your mica powder. And always put your top on. And this is still moss green. I'm going to go ahead and use this same stick because it's just part of the mess. There's no sense in making a bigger mess. Slowly spreading out. And there goes my brother and his loud TV. I need to go tell him, hold on a minute. I take that back, that was my TV. I had it on pause, and I guess it recorded all it could get. I thought my brother heard me up and he got up. See how you can't see the stick anymore? That small tongue is really opaque. I must have did a little bit more than what I was planning, but this will work. It's on the front. So I'm going to make sure I don't overdo it. I think I'm going to put this in the piping bag. That way I won't pour too much. And if you never know, if you don't know how to do a piping bag, it's just a triangle frosting bag. You just look up piping bags, they're pretty cheap. They're not expensive. You just pour your mica powder and just pour it in. Mix your mica powder before you put it in there. I usually like to put it in a bigger cup, but this was handy. So, and I'm going to bring it down. I do like to use twist ties because I don't want to drag my project through the floor with the tail of the twist tie. I mean, the tail of this right here. This gets cut off. There it is. There's my twist tie. Couldn't find them behind my tissue box. Believe it or not, this table is clean. There was not nothing in there. My scissors right there. Can't believe it. what's in here over there. Just get it out of here. I don't like to waste things. It sits in this cup too long, it'll waste it. I'm getting layers of color. That's good enough of that. Right, I'm going to put this in there now. I want to have plenty to put it in there with. See how the mica powder here pulled into the center? It kind of hid everything, so I shouldn't have put so much mica powder in it. Next time I will know not to put mica powder so heavy. I did go back and put another piece of tissue paper in there with a flower, and this is tissue paper. I'll get my finger out of there so it can focus. Now you can see it better. I'm going to go down. You cannot see. I'm going to put my finger down in here. You cannot see the line. You can see a place right there where it's poking up above the resin, and right there. This right here is a flower I made with UV resin, and it's pretty, I thought, and I thought I'd stick it in there because it's the same flower as this. And I wish I'd have had two of them because I would put one over here. Oh, did I touch that? No, I didn't touch it. But the and the other side, I have not pulled it out yet. So I will do that on the next round. Forgot to be. I wasn't filming, sorry. Go potty. Okay. Okay, let's get these. I'm gonna take this one layer off. I got triple layers on these. You got triple layer gloves on. You just peel off the top when they get sticky, and you got fresh gloves on. It's hard to get a layer of gloves on top of sticky gloves. Plus it's protected. You get a hole. That is going to be trash. Alright, there we go. Let's see, where is my project? It's up here. Oh, there we go. Right there, that's right there. This is going over here. That's my line right there. That's going here. And this is going there, right there. I don't think Crystal's feeling too good here lately. Push this down. Get that resin out. I don't have a bubble underneath there. I don't think. Oh, that green was green iridescent. Iridescent green, rather. See how it's coming out? It's iridescent. The iridescent coming out. I'll spit it out here in a second. I hope that's coming through right. I'm not putting it in there upside down, am I? No, that green is just... I may have put too much green in it. I hope not. Patty cake, get it all on your hands. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty. It'll show up. I'm just putting clear over the top. It'll be pretty. If not, we'll have a green tray, a green wall hanging. We'll say we tried. It didn't work. I'll make a note of it. Don't use mica powder with that wall hanging. We'll go outside in just a minute, Krista. Alright, that glove's got to come off. And I got to clean this up. But I'm going to pour that other first. No, I'm not. I've got to clean this up so I don't want to stick to it. Get that off. And no sticky residue. And there we go. Alright, let's get some more gloves on. I got some right here. Got a pack from Equate this time. Maybe they'll be thicker. I hope so. Dollar Tree gloves weren't thick enough. They feel thicker. Ooh, I still got some in this thing too. I don't think I'm gonna need it. Oh God, I can't touch nothing. Ain't all good, huh? Just a minute.